Hey everybody, Ranjin here, bringing you yet another StarCraft commentary. Group B of the last Saga MSL run of 32 continues. The winner's match here. Guys, if you didn't watch the first two, don't watch this now, because it'll spoil those two. I don't know why you would watch the winner's match before watching those two, but whatever. Maybe you like spoilers. So yeah, winner's match. We're going to have Leta against a Luxury, also known as Practice. Leta defeated Hyuk, not that that was a big surprise to get here, and Luxury took care of Cal to get here, so he had, I think, a slightly better, harder matchup on his way to get here, but these guys are going to now duke it out here. 4, 3, 2, 1, go. It's going to be on Destination, which is actually a map that I really like, even despite its insane imbalance, but I like the map, but not that you people really care about my own personal opinions. I'm just throwing that out there. 11 o'clock in yellow as the Zerg, going to have Luxury. In blue at the 5 o'clock as terran, we're going to have Leta. This map, Destination, I repeated that again, is insanely terran favored against Zerg. It's not even funny. They've won over half the match. It's just like, I don't know, 26 wins against 11 wins for Zerg. It's insane the amount of wins Terran get on this matchup. Zerg has such a huge disadvantage because Terrans can, of course, use those bridges. Mech build is actually very useful on this map because of those. With those bridges, you can siege very well and just take forward positioning and just slowly push in. Zergs do not get their lauded maneuverability on this map, so that's pretty bad. The only real alright thing is that your third base is in a position that's not too far away from your main or natural, so but there are bridges to cross, so it can be defended. Even you can even stab your opponent in the back, but oh no, yeah, it's still pretty hard for Zerg to all in all hold this, especially getting all those guys going. So both guys scouting, make sure there are no cheeses coming their way. Apparently that drone of Leta tries to block it off, but no, the drone is going to get inside. He's going to get the scout off. So we're going to see whether Leta goes for something funky or not. He did have an SCV there in a position to do something. He's actually going to build an engineering bay to make sure the Luxury can't go for the proper 12 hatchery. Luxury still does put his hatchery at the location, make sure his minerals don't go to waste, but he's definitely going to have to put on the second hatchery there to mine properly. So that's right away that a third mining base is not going to be put up right away. That engineering bay, meanwhile, not going to go up. Look forward to seeing what kind of builds are going to go forward from both players. Leta is going to go for, I think, the mech build. He's trying to block off his choke. Meanwhile, make sure the scouts do not come his way after that drone that was there. Engineering bay will go down eventually. Another SCV going down. So I'm wondering if he's actually going to fast expand here or not. Getting his gas very early. So this is most likely mech. I think Leta actually has sent his SCV in a different position. You might be thinking actually of putting down a factory in a different kind of location, trying to get vultures out there. There it is, that SCV in a very interesting position. I think that's just staying there, so I think that's exactly what might be going. Putting down, he is of course walling off his main. His choke is going to be walled off right now, and he's going to use that SCV to build a factory in approximate locations, get a vulture, and try to harass Luxury with vultures. And if Luxury does not get a sunken going, this is going to be successful. This is definitely going to do some damage. Spawning pool coming up just now, very late spawning pool. Luxury also putting down his second hatchery, of course, his third hatchery actually, I'm sorry, his second natural base. We're going to see that Overlord spots that factory. It probably will, because it's definitely on the way, but it's not going to spot it in time. That's the whole worry there. No ground forces out yet for either player. I think there's one Marine out for Leta to prevent, to just discourage any attempted scouting, but that's not going to attack Leta. Also has a scouting SCV there around. He's going to just run around, see what he can do, scout everything that can be scouted. that Overlord is actually going to spot that factory, but it's not going to spot it right away. I think Leta should be able to get a Vulture going before that. The Starport also, a very quick Starport for Leta. That's going inside of his main. I don't see any Vultures out for him yet. But meanwhile, there is a Sunken Component coming down for Luxury, so Luxury definitely will be able to counter this if there is the first Vulture on the way, and also Machine Shop. The Vulture gets spotted by the Overlord, and that's going to go to try to do some damage, but I think it'll be prevented with a Sunken Colony in that position, although it could technically try to run behind the middle, see if it can manage to do that, and still think a Sunken Colony should be able to prevent it. Scouting SV now finally going down. I look forward to seeing whether the Starport is for early drops. I think that's what it's for. I don't think he'll be going Valkyries at this in this case. I saw Light. If you guys haven't seen OSL Group L between Light and Jaedong, I dual commentary that with Nuke the Stars. If you haven't seen that, Light actually went for a very good, slightly modified fantasy build where he went for early Vultures and then switched to Valkyries. That was awesome. He just did it perfectly, and it completely... Well, it put Jaedong into some serious trouble. I'm not going to spoil how the match ended, but suffice to say, Light definitely used that build to his advantage. If I'm spoiling it, if you think I'm spoiling it, then I'm sorry. The Overlord, meanwhile, is sitting in a very bad location. Marines should be able to take it out. There is actually 3 Marines and an SCV moving out. Luxury losing an early Overlord. That's pretty bad for him. We're going to see what the SCV is going to try to do. I don't really know. Den and Lair on the way for Luxury. I think Luxury might be going for a Lurker build. I think that's at this moment maybe the only viable. First Wraith now out, so yeah. It's not Drop Tech actually. He's going to go for Wraiths. Has his Fist Control on the way. He's actually not going 2-port Wraiths. He's not going full in Wraiths, but he's going to get some Wraiths out so he can do any harassment, because his Vulture harassment has definitely been stopped. That's going to happen. First tank also now out for Leta. He's putting a bunker behind the base of Practice or Luxury, and gonna maybe try to siege even. Oh man, that hasn't been spotted at all. That bunker is gonna go up there. No Marines are gonna be able to get inside, and there's a Vulture also flying out. That's not being spotted. Those Wraith prevented, and a tank. Wraith being spotting for the tank. So, and also the eBay as well. So tanks are going to be able to just completely shell this location. That's not going to do anything. The tanks are going to shell, and that bunker in a position to defend if any forces come to try to defend. Another tank also on the way. Meanwhile, Luxury thinking of a counterattack, sending all of his drones as well as all of his Zergling and Hydra in for a counterattack. There's really nothing to defend the front of Luxury. So Luxury could be in trouble if he doesn't do some serious damage in Luxury's base. Luxury being very smart here, and almost nothing in the face. He's going to move in right away. He's going to go focus. There's 1 Marine there just now. Luxury is just going to focus completely. SCV is now moving in to try to repair as much as can. This is going to be very important. There's also a Wraith there. What are the Hydralisks? I thought there were Hydralisks on the way. I don't see the Hydralisks just now. Jerk is trying to attack all the barracks. Barracks might actually go down. There's a Wraith that's trying to attack some Zerglings, but no, the SCVs are actually repairing very well. Leta has pulled so many SCVs, and that counterattack is not going to be effective. One of the critical things there, I think, was that the Hydralisks did not come in for attack. Meanwhile, Luxury's hatchery there has been taken out, and Luxury now in such serious trouble. That very good little cheesy thing there from Leta showing that he can be creative. And just now a Hydra's moving in, but there are already Wraiths there, as well as a bunker now for those Marines. So Luxury's not going to be able to counterattack. It was a very smart idea, being very aggressive. But it's not going to work out for him, unfortunately. I think Leta is now getting a foothold on this match. Those tanks are there. The bunker's there to defend against ground forces. And he's now floating his factory away. That's very interesting. Apparently thinks that he has done enough. So all in all, very interesting creative strategy. Put that factory just to be able to push out tanks into that upper location as he wanted to. Gets a CV and some Marines out there. Luxury, meanwhile, apparently preparing for another counterattack. He has Mutalisk going, although Luxury at this point has lost both of his hatcheries there at that natural. I don't know really what he can do. There are Mutalisks now out there to try to fight off these Wraiths. I think Wraiths might actually have, there was a control there, so Wraiths might be having some, oh, Cloak just in time for the Scourge, and GG. Luxury GG'd as soon as he saw those Scourge, and look at Leta. Oh man, guy just ran out of his booth. Must be so happy with themselves right now. Luxury looking dejected, and I don't blame him. So Leta joins the ranks of those who are going forward in this tournament. Lost Saga MSL, all in all looking to be very interesting. Some guests leaving there, apparently not really looking forward to those matches. Leta. How can you resist that smile? Okay. Yeah, peace, man. Very good game there played by Leta. Very creative. That's very nice. Just showing his face off to the cameras here. And guys, very, very small. I noticed this just now. Very, very cute and cuddly in his own weird way. So Luxury moves on into the final match. Unfortunately, he got completely taken by surprise by that wonderful build by Leta there. Leta thinking, I don't know if he had that pre-planned or he just thought of that on the fly, but prevented that 12 hatch from Luxury, and all in all just did a very good job. Good, somewhat aggressive build. Didn't go for economy state on one base the entire game, and it won him the game in the end. So moves on to, the next set and the next round. Meanwhile, it's Luxury. I think I might have mixed that up a little. It's Luxury that moves on to the final match. I'm going to see who it faces there, Cal or Hyuk. I don't really think I need to answer that, but I'm going to commentate on it anyway, just to watch Hyuk lose. Wonder, what should I do? I'll figure out some sort of dare or something to do. If Hyuk beats Cal, I gotta do something horrible or something. I'll figure something out. So yeah, look forward to more from me soon, guys. GG, ranching out.